welcome everybody to Astro Monday. It is Monday at noon Pacific time, and we go live every week to talk to Christopher Witeck about the energy of the planets, the stars, the asteroids, and anything else that's going on. The moon, the sun, our position, and all of that, and how that energy impacts us on a day-to-day basis. So stay tuned. Share this with anybody who may be looking for some sort of map on how to step forward through their life this week. My name is Ra. You can find me at Ra_of_earth. Christopher Witeck is Christopher Witeck on Instagram. He also has his channel, which is Serious Joy TV, so at Serious Joy TV, and you will hear he's got programs on seriousjoy.academy and seriousjoy.com. Sound is low. It's because I'm using this thing. So let me just see if... And does anybody else feel like the sound is low? Because I could also take these headphones out. Let me see if I can invite Chris before I do that, though. Invite to join. Serious. And guys, while I'm doing that, let me from and how your week has been going. Me in particular, which I usually share with Chris, sound is fine to me. Someone else says very low. We hear good, sound is low. All right. So share where you're coming in from and what's been going on with you in the last week, and in particular in the last few days, because this is what's going to direct this conversation. We definitely like comments. We like questions having to do with us and our position in the heavens. All right. Sound seems to be good. All right. I'm just also talking louder. Hi, major shift in communication and future direction from the UK. Thank you for sharing that. What's been going on, guys? For me, I moved this last week. I spent the last 3 days with family, which was like kind of chaotic because of driving, and then also supporting a business associate at an event. There seems like a lot of like pulling on my energy in many different ways, in a way that doesn't allow any sense of completion at all. It's just like a whirlwind of split energies in many different ways. Not that I don't really have any label of whether that's good or bad, but that's just what's been going on for me. Sherry says, had a great birthday weekend. Oh, yesterday was your or this weekend was your birthday as well. Yesterday was emotional roller coaster. Wild couple days, went to go get Christmas tree, truck broke down on the way, finding things not working on my own time. So these first few comments kind of seem like another translation of the same energy that's coming in towards me. Alabama, lots of unprocessed emotions coming up. Harmonics, says Scott. Everything is awesome here, feeling very creative, says Sia. Great, intuitive. I feel like I'm being pulled by both my daughters and all the women I help. Very pulled. All right, Serious Joy's coming up. I feel like I'm being pulled. Hi from Maine, feeling foggy physically, but also having a lot of dramatic changes emotionally. There he is.
Hey, buddy.
How's it going?
Well, but as of like 20 minutes ago, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We, for me, it's been going, it feels like I'm in a washing machine energetically.
Yeah.
Just being pulled in a lot of different directions, but being able to handle it all.
Yeah.
But also none of it being completed. It's just like a lot of different directions and no sense of completion. And it seems like other people are feeling very pulled in many different directions as well in the comments.
Yes. Welcome to my life. And Libra, it's going to be messy for a while. You're going to have to you have to kind of go to the airy side of you and have no apologies about being a mess because you're under construction. You know what I mean? You're under construction. So you have to just like suspend that for a minute. You'll be out of balance and you'll be a mess for a little bit. Because you like beauty and perfect. You like things to be nice, even. Libra's like a really smooth sail. But if you're gonna like dramatically change your life, like for the better, it will be uncomfortable in the transition, and it'll be a mess. Just put up a sign. It's under construction. You know what I mean? Like for people, because everyone's too busy to judge you, anyways. Don't worry about that.
Hmm.
They're too busy. They're too caught up in their own lives. Everyone should remember that right now. Like, forget what people say. First of all, they may not be in your life in 2 weeks. So who cares? Like there's that level. Not to say piss off, but it's like this is a moment where everyone's in wardrobe change. We don't know what costume you're going to wear. Focus on what's important, which is right here now. And just, it's like my boss, Eric Schatz, who gets a lot of credit, being like my father, TV, like he told me how to handle these moments. It's like you're an air control tower. You can only land one plane at a time, or people are going to die. So you just land one plane, then you land the next plane, and you don't worry about the planes that are circling.
Mm.
Hmm?
That's actually a good analogy.
He's brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was good stuff. I love when, pay attention. When people tell you things like that, man, just hold on to those things. Sometimes it's like your angels, everyone was like worked hard to get that to you.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And
So yeah,
everything with you?
what's that? No, I've been total chaos, but I'm okay with that. I grew up in that. So I have a lead advantage here over everyone, is that bring it. Like for me, I will make it chaos if it's calm. So it's like this satisfies me on such a core level with this much change, and I thrive in these moments. So it's inside out world, it's bizarre world. Chris is together, and Ra is a mess. See, it's bizarre world.
Yeah.
Not really. You're
Yeah.
not a mess, and I'm not together. Let's be clear. No, no. But I think it's no, it's fascinating. We're in Sagittarius, so ultimately what's changing is the story. Like, don't forget that you're changing the script. We don't know what's going to be in the film until Aries. Honestly, we're changing the script, so relax. Don't bring it to Aries all the time. Don't bring it to go time because we're far away from go. As much as it may seem like it's tomorrow, you know, when you have big visionary shifts in your life, you see the end, but you don't know how far away that is. So, like
Hmm.
the vision I had at 19, I'm here now at 52.
That's
Like that's how long it took. I'm like,
yeah, I can relate to a
oh,
bunch of things, but when you think about it, it can feel overwhelming.
yes,
Like,
of course, yeah, and which is why we don't focus on the end or the future, or we focus on the now. Like now, you have everything you need. Now has been perfectly budgeted to work perfectly. You have to be willing to work with the universe and follow the signs. But like you were being led, like the yellow brick road, one brick at a time, to your Oz. If you just look down at the fucking brick, if you're always looking at the future and trying to see the cityscape, you're gonna trip on shit. And that's the way this way it is. And we won't. By the time you get to the city, you'll miss Oz too because you're so looking past Oz at that point. You
right.
want to be always right. So it's like you have to be in the perspective of enjoying the now. So when the now happens that your heart is hoping for, you have a fabulous time. It's because it's well earned and it's rare. I mean, like, a moment where like you accept an Academy Award or you win a gold medal for the Olympics next January, or like you spent lifetimes preparing for that. Lifetimes. It wasn't one
Mm.
life. Lifetimes. And so don't fuck up that moment, man. Like don't miss it. And so you have to practice now. Practice makes master. And that's what we're doing at SeriousStory.com right now with the mastering of self-love. I just
Yeah,
went into a
talk a little
commercial
bit
break.
about that.
It's going good so far, I think. I feel. I mean, the students just starting into it now. Like they're seeing what it really is, which is like, so I give you like something. So every day you make a life magic. So in every magical day, I have an assignment for you to protect something that normally gets invaded. So it's like, today it was like so today was like protecting your Pluto generation. And so everyone here on Astro Monday, you can play along on Mondays only. But it's like today's assignment is, protect according to your generation today. So everyone is a different generation, right? W, X, Y, Z, right?
Hmm.
What's before W? V, U, V, W? Yeah, V. So like grandma and grandpa is Z. So yeah, V is like the baby boomers. So they're like the baby boomers. W is Pluto and Virgo. X is Pluto Libra. Y is Pluto and Scorpio. Z is Pluto and Sag. Alpha is Capricorn. So it's like, so basically each of those generations has a problem that they're trying to solve, and the problem has to do with where they draw the line. So with Victory, the baby boomers, they ultimately do not draw lines around their heart. gets them in a lot of trouble, including raising heart disease, highest raising heart disease in this century. It's because you have
Yeah.
Pluto Leos. They all have diseased hearts. They have diseased hearts because they don't care about their heart. Like, believe it or not, they only they cared about it when it brought them joy, like a drug. But then, like, when it wasn't drugging them, they were like, they didn't care, and so they weren't protected. And so somewhere today, I would say to them, find a place where you can protect your heart, and find where you can protect it, see how you did it, and observe the results. So that's the V's. The W's, what you have to protect is your integrity. And integrity, according to Serious Joy, is to love yourself and then love yourself one more time. So if you love yourself twice in a day and you're Pluto W, then you have won, because you are so powerful when you are loved, and no one will love you as much as you can. So they're like they're like a nuclear plant that lost their they lost their nuclear power because they thought it was like somewhere else, and it was like inside them. So the Generation X, Pluto Libra, that's probably you too. We
Yeah.
we have relationships. We have problems drawing lines in relationships. So like we let ourselves get lost in something else, or in someone else, or in another company, or another brand, or like we give too much, or on the flip side, we're selfish bastards, and we just take and just use someone like a Coke can and throw them away, and we fall out of balance as a result of not being able to, stay in center with our heart. So we're learning that there's only one relationship that matters, the one to ourselves, which is Aries. That's the only one that matters, because if that doesn't play out, then no relationship to anything, chocolate, heroin, anything will work out. Nothing will work out. So that's ours. So you have to find a place today where you fuck up in relationships and draw the right line, like protect your interests, like see how it goes, see how you feel, see what happens. Generation X, you guys didn't even know you had to draw a boundary. Like, that's new to you. Like, what? Boundaries, what are those? And so, you're a generation, I'm sorry, Y.
Why?
Excuse me, Y. Generation Y. Generation Y, well, that's it. All they go around is asking why, not doing bullshit at all. Like, why? Well, why? Well, why is this? It's like, there's reasons. And what are the reasons? Well, boundaries have been drawn. Oh, really? What's that? Like, they don't know how to draw boundaries at all. So ironically, they are the generation that will ultimately decide what the shape of the new Earth is. Because when you have Pluto in your sign, you have the power to make the final call. So each of these generations makes the final call. You and I will decide what's the future of marriage and divorce. Basically the W's are going to decide what healthcare is, and that was Obama, by the way. He's Pluto, he's generation W, so he's all about healthcare. And the baby boomers will decide what love is, and they're right. Baby boomers do know what love is. They still love the best on the planet. Those, now they're becoming retirement grandparents and great grandparents, but they know love better than anyone else. They do. They know better than everyone else. We all suck compared to them. So they might have been like misfits that like fucked up the world. They had fun. Like, we didn't have fun. So they're powerful in that light, and they have to spread that hippie vibe now. Just leave your shirts on this time. But then of course there's Generation Z, where generation. Let's go back to Y. So the Ys all have it somewhere else. Like, they all have. You need like an extra class, because you have two lessons. One, you have the lesson of you have to draw a boundary. Did you know that? So there's that. Because Pluto's in its own sign, Scorpio. So it's like they didn't even know it's a thing, and they've got to get it good. You didn't even know it was a thing, and you got to be good at it. Like, so double lesson for them. It's because they were slaves in past lives, and they were slaves of religion, slaves of landowners, slaves of iPhone company factories. Like, they were slaves, everywhere. They never had the right ever to make the line. They honestly don't know how to do it or what it is. Or they never even had the power. That's why they overstep power a lot and piss people off, is because they don't know where the line is. Like, they haven't been able to use money or do anything like that before. So that's why they can't get a job. They're living at home. They can't figure shit out because they were done for. They've always been slaves. So the thing is, like, they've got to ironically slave for themselves, and that's what they hate knowing. It's like, well, you have to slave for yourself now. It's like, we're always a slave. Welcome to the party. It's like, what? I'm not a slave anymore. No, to yourself. Now you are. So you become a slave to yourself. That's a big lesson they have to learn. And then once they learn that, they're like, well, what am I a slave over? At least be somewhere cool, right? Like, you're a slave over this, you're a slave over that. I mean, the truth is, we don't have to slave in the future, but you got to start from the beginning. The beginning, a slave. So you got to start where you're at. It's not going to be a slave in the future. Robots will be the slaves. But for now, you'll have to be a slave until they come, so you're fucked. You have to be a slave anyways. Everyone is that way. And then Generation Z, they actually have, it's funny how it all works out, because, they are the final thing. They're the final note to the change, the final note. And the final note is, well, what do we believe? What do we believe? Now, these are people who were a generation that was never had the freedom to believe what they want. So do you believe what your family says? This is our family. This is our clan. This is our tribe. This is our religion. This is the way it is. You don't believe it? You're dead. So it's like they never had the freedom to believe anything they want. My son is Pluto Z. And I'm like, you can believe anything you want. It's like, thanks, Dad. I'm like, well, what do you mean? I'm not telling you what to believe. You always talking astrology. I said, I don't say you have to believe it. I'm just like, you need to know what's out there, though. Like, you got to know there's choices. Like, don't fucking make a choice and maybe know there's astrology out there. There's a choice. Like, that'd be stupid, wouldn't son? He's a Gemini, so he gets those things. But I was like, but they have to decide, well, what do you believe? Now, here's the thing. Here's what's going to blow your mind, guys. It's whatever your heart feels is true. The truth is you don't be under the false belief that there's an absolute belief, because there's not an absolute belief. There's not an absolute fact. There's something absolute. It's creation. There's nothing absolute in creation. You're creating. How can it ever be absolute? Even the Mona Lisa, he worked on until he died. Just wasn't happy with it. There's a self-portrait, no wonder. It keeps changing, and so does the portrait. So you got layers and layers of paint on that thing. It's like interesting. Probably do analysis on his psyche just based on the versions, right? But long story short, you have to, first of all, know what a belief is. A belief is whatever the fuck you want it to be. And that's probably going to piss you off when you realize you were enslaved under some asshole who said that. Like when you it's like, yeah, they pretty much had you there. They had all of us. They made us believe that they were right. And then we realized, oh, it's what we believe because we live in a dream. So to change belief, you have to change how you feel. So how do I change belief? If your heart wants it and you feel bad, then you can't believe in it. If your heart wants it and you feel bad, you can't believe in it. You can't believe in anything that doesn't feel good. That's because we are good by nature. So if it's not good, it's not you, because you are good. When you go to heaven, you're like, oh shit, I forgot. Everything's good. There's nothing wrong at all in heaven. There's nothing wrong at all. Wrong is not even a word. There can't be wrong. There is.
Right.
So it's like, we have to understand we're in a video game. Not really like a biological video game. And, this is not who we are. We are actually perfect. And we come here to be flawed because it's interesting to see our flaws. We can't see them in heaven. We don't even know what they are. We don't even have the word for flaw. So it's like this is a whole different reality. So that said, fucking chill out. You're in a video game. Relax. It's like it all works out. You win. You get everything in the end. You're unite with all your friends. It's all make-believe. Don't worry about it so much. Try to enjoy the game. Just fucking enjoy it. Like play it like a rock star. And see what happens, because that's the fun part. That's the part that we talk about in heaven over and over, those moments. We don't talk about like the lessons we learned. We talk about like, man, that moment when we're in that virtual ski room, we're like skiing, or virtual Mount Everest, virtual. We were on that thing, man. It fucking felt so, like how it felt. Like that is more real than our life. You know what I mean? We don't have reality. So people need to like do a major mind shift here. It's like, completely the premise you take life with has to change if you want to have happiness and truth. And you're not giving me money, bitches, so I don't owe you anything. But that's the truth. You know what I mean? Like I'm just telling you because I'm a citizen that cares. You should know you have choice. Like you have no idea how much choice you have. You have no idea. You have no idea how much power you have. I always heard that. I'm like, what the fuck are they talking about? But now I'm like, oh, fuck. Everyone has full access to everything. There is no word no in heaven. No doesn't exist.
Yeah, it really is kind of easy to look back at the things that have happened in your life and find out and discover how you chose that. It's not that hard to do, to find that thread where you intended on that specific event, good or bad. I mean, good and bad don't even really exist. It was your creation either way. But you can, the things that you may be relating to as I wish that wouldn't have happened, you can pretty easily find, if you just think about it and connect to it, how you actually intended on that to happen.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. How you needed it. Actually, the older you get, the more you go, you asked for it. You knew it all along. You didn't tell anyone. Even your wife, you didn't tell. You didn't tell anyone, but you knew that was going to happen. It's like, fuck. Can't lie to her, But then you're just like, we should avoid those kind of things. I'm worried about them because, like, dude, you're in the game. Like, don't forget, like, master how to play the game. Don't judge yourself for being bad in the game. Like, fuck. You don't get these opportunities very often. They come down here and do this. Like, it's not. There's a line, guys. There's a wait. You're like, oh, everyone come to have Earth is overpopulated. Bitches, like, the universe is waiting to come here. You're lucky to be here at this level. It's coming out of beta.
Mm-hmm.
Earth is coming out of beta.
What does that mean?
Once we do our mission, the Earth is finally done, open for business. This is all, you guys are all spec people. You are not even like the customer. Bitches, You're all from people your society sent you. I mean, it's like a long process. But you were sent. I mean, you were honored. You had to be nominated. Like it wasn't something. Earth isn't just something you get. You have a right to Earth. It's a privilege. It's a
Right.
privilege. It's a privilege.
Right. We waited in line to be here.
This is the best fucking video game in the universe. And there are no
Yeah.
iPhones. Okay. There are no
Right.
iPhones. You know, it's like this is the iPhone. This is the laser grace of God. This is what God has come up with so far as virtual reality. Do you like it? How's the resolution?
Well,
Right?
thanks for sharing that mastery to self-love exercise with us. Can you elaborate a little bit more on the Pluto thing and why that is for somebody who might be wondering where you're getting this
Uh,
information on like why my parents'
why? Why now? Why
generation.
this? Why now? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's Pluto driven. Pluto's in Aquarius, and think about Pluto in Aquarius is like it's not going back to Capricorn. So once it's in, and like that's when it goes deep. Pluto's at step 2 right now. Um, Lower consciousness, same thing. I am James Sportfeld, same thing. Lower, yeah, it's a beta program. This is a beta, but oh, big jet plane. Basically, Pluto's in Aquarius for good now, and Pluto's at step 2. Now, step 2 is the channel inside of you that channels emotion. So we have 12 channels inside of us. They're all playing different. They're playing different shows. You know, Cancer is our emotions and is playing how everything feels. How everything feels. So Pluto's at 2 Aquarius, which says basically Pluto's a commandment. Pluto's like, okay, that's it. Like Pluto's the line. So Pluto's the line. So it's like, oh, sorry, we're closed. Nope, sorry, distraction is going. Sorry. It's just always pushing us at the bottom. It's a bottom zero. It pushes. It's like, come on, nope, sorry, we're just continuing that model. You'll have to, you know, you have to reincarnate in something else. Sorry, that's means just continue. But I like the narcissist. I'm sorry, the character's done. We're moving on into the chapter. It's like things are just going to die, right? That's what Pluto does. So Pluto is at 2 Aquarius, which means the feelings from the old life have to die. The
The
feelings,
old the
life,
old life of the one we're currently living or past lives?
the one we're living. How you feel about it has to die. Now. So you're like, oh
No.
fuck, what do I do? Yeah, what do I do? That's
Well, that's
actually
what I
what's
was
boiling.
ta
That's the water boiling right now. That's the water boiling underneath all this. The way you feel cannot continue in the new world because emotion is so important in the new world. It's your magic power. It's how you access the matrix. Emotion is how you influence, how you everything. In heaven, we speak completely from the light, so we can read each other's orbs, like every color. We understand every color of everything. So you have private thoughts in heaven, but you can't. You don't know what they're thinking. You just see them blinking and shit. And so we all learn how like to like see them blinking. Like we learn to read their blinks. And so we understand like how to read each other up there. We pretty much know each other, and we call each other and shit. We make jokes all the time and stuff like that too. But here in the world, it's emotion. Like emotion is like the energy that you put out instead of light. It is light actually, but not visible to the eyes. It's like the light you put out and how you interact with the matrix. Like all the light can see the light, and all the light can read the light. So it's like even the plant knows how you're feeling. Your house knows how you're feeling. Everyone knows how you're feeling all the time. So what's happening is people are attached to their old way of life, their old way of feeling. They're actually not attached to like how it looks or even the same wife or husband. Like they just, the feelings. And why are they attached to the feelings? Because they don't know how to deal with the feelings when they change. They don't know how to deal with it. What's Pluto? Change. So it's like, okay, time to change your feelings. What? We can do that? Yes, you can. First of all, your feelings are mostly your recording of everything. So we use feelings to record all of our history because it's a broadband instrument. So like thoughts are like very, very like typing on a keyboard, and emotion is like, you know, Dropbox. It's like entire fucking gigabytes, terabytes of like Akashic record, like stored, and then can be felt. Like so we can like feel into the fucking record, and we can feel into the record. We can feel into it. That's pretty cool fucking interface. Try that, Elon Musk, in your gig. You know, like see if I can feel into the experience, feel into the records. Because if you can't feel into the records, it's not very like God's. But we can feel into it, and we're afraid of feeling. What? But that's what the records are. No, no, I don't want to feel that. Ah. It's like, you know, it's just a roller coaster. It'll be over in 5 minutes. No. You know, like this is where we're at. We're like kids at the roller coaster. Like, you want to go on this thing? Now, come on. But it's going to be scary. That's why you want to go on it. But I could die. But you're not going to die. Most people do. You know, like when people are scared to go on the roller coaster, that's where the world is right now. They're afraid to get on the roller coaster. It's like, baby, you've been waiting a long time for this roller coaster. So my job is here. So it's like, it's going to be fun. Come on. Like, that's why I'm here. I mean, my whole company is here for this moment, actually. They're like
And
least
everyone's going through
misplaced.
this. I mean, what you're explaining is
Everyone.
definitely happening with me. There's like this
You just can't
next,
believe everyone. Yeah. Go ahead. No, I'm sorry. Sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, yeah, I'm just making it, I'm even asking the audience right now, like, is this happening to you? Because what you're saying definitely feels relevant to me. Uh,
When you
and
sit
it's,
there and you really meditate on what's wrong, but what's wrong? We're okay right now. What's wrong? It's the feeling you're feeling. You don't like that. That's what's wrong. You don't feel good about it. That's what's wrong. But it's not a thought. That's where we're like, science is like, and medicine's like, it's your thinking. No, it's not, you fucking asshole. It's our feelings. That's why I'm calling you an asshole. Because I pay you $800 a month and I get nothing from you. Right? Like, asshole. You know, it's like, come on, let's start calling people out. But it's the feelings. It's we often like will put people in a cuckoo farm or on medicine because they don't know how to cope with the feelings. It's not that their
right.
mind has no business in feelings. That's like having your mechanic cook dinner. Like, what the fuck? No. You're like, your mind is not here to deal with your feelings. If you change your thoughts and you feel better, well, that means your mind was bullying you. So yeah, your mind does bully you and you do feel bad from it. But that's the only thing the mind has control over is being an asshole and feeling bad. And it can sometimes like bring up a picture. But when you bring up the picture, it's not that the picture makes you that way. It's that the picture calls up the emotional record. Whoop. And once the picture calls up the emotional record, you play the emotional record. You don't play the mind. You play the emotional record. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
So
So,
we're at this point where Pluto's at 2 degrees Aquarius. That means that you have to let go of the lower frequency of being you. The parts of feeling low about you have got to die, and you have until Valentine's Day to do it.
so 3-ish months, 2 months.
3 months. hmm We'll be about almost when we're like we're 17 steps into Aquarius. On the 17th step, you must make a choice in your life based on that feeling. So at that point, your life will change. At that point, you'll either go down the correct road or the wrong road on Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is about you this year. Fuck the date. You are the date. Take yourself out. I say we cancel Valentine's Day this year. We're all a mess. We need to work on
What
ourselves.
is Valentine's Day astrologically? Is there any
It's
significance to that
Aquarius.
date?
It's ironically Aquarius. I think it's not Grandmaster Aquarius, but it's real close. It's real close to Grandmaster Aquarius. It's in the teens of Aquarius, so it's appropriately like suited in the sense of you are thinking about love, and ironically, you're thinking about love in the coldest day of love in the year, which is the opposite of love. Aquarius is when we get cold from love. We go, well, hold on,
Hmm.
hold on. I know I love her, I love him, but because your heart will want everything. Your heart wants everything. That's the other problem that we don't really face. We're in a fucking video game, of course. We want everything. But you can't have everything. There's not enough time in the ride. So you have to choose the one you love most, which means you have to understand your heart, which means you end up understanding who you are, which is why God built the game. Like you understand your heart, you understand who you are. So it comes down to your heart won't be honest with you if you feel like a mess. You have to feel good or your heart won't talk to you. Your heart's like, nah. I mean, the heart is the teenager in us. Like, no, it seems like a lot of drama. The heart does not want to deal with any of that stuff. It just wants fun. So if you come with a lot of emotion, your heart won't tell you anything. You have to calm down. You have to relax. You have to get over it. And it's just like a baby. You just have to rock it a lot, a chair, or take it for the sun. Believe it or not, emotions, you can just like rub them and they'll get better. Like they're so stupid in a way. Like you can just take a bath and they'll get better. You can go for a walk and they'll get better. They get better with like when their world is bigger than them and they can surrender to the vibration of that world. So like you can go ocean, desert, just like feelings. Go explore all this for me. Well, Dad, taking a walk. And what happens? Your feelings like rebalance themselves in nature. They rebalance themselves because the feelings of the trees and the feelings of the rocks they all come. They all like hi. Which is why we need to be around nature because man-made things don't have feelings. They're dead.
Hmm.
They're dead. They're all dead. We're building a dead society.
Okay, I'm definitely in alignment with you there, but what's your answer of like, well, how is a man-made house dead? Because it is made of things from nature. So what
Well, it used to be. It used to be.
happens?
Not anymore. It's not. It used to be. So if you cut down a tree, that tree's still vibrating for another 150 years, 200 years. It's still vibrating. I mean, like just like we cut broccoli, we can eat it 2 weeks later. Like it has like a slow death rate. Like it is it is consciousness. It is God. It slowly returns to God, just like the body slowly decays. And so everything has life, even when you cut down the trees. But when you take, a chemical that's found in Mother Earth's ass and you mix it with another one found in her fucking, pussing sores, volcanoes, and you mix it with all this shit where she's like basically shitting all the time, and you take that shit and you make it into a chemical that's supposed to help you with like killing weeds, like that's gross. Like
Yeah.
that is not life. That is where if Mother Earth put it deep in the earth, there's a fucking reason.
Right.
It's like you digging up her ass and you're getting this oil out. It's like, what are you
Yeah.
doing? Now she doesn't mind. She knew this would happen. She knew it'd be the cost. Like she's a wise mother. She's like, oh, I know. She doesn't have to go through it. It's like terrible teens for her. So she's okay, but she does get irritated. I actually see I was to say a geological event coming. Geological event coming. I cannot remember the date, so that's wonderful. Drop the bomb on the audience and leave. But like, I'll bring it. I'll bring it up my countdown 2026 is coming up, which is my webinar at the beginning of the year where I like go through the whole year ahead of time. So that's coming up. Keep an eye out for that. But I'll tell you, like, there's a couple of moments that look like volcano, land of the lost. Like I don't know, like astrologers are like, yeah. I mean, we would imagine something big. Like just because there's so many things lining up at the perfect moment. And ironically, the perfect moment is when God says, and peace. And so when God says peace, that's when things freak out. It's weird. So when there's like a moment of total peace, we're like, oh shit. You'll notice too, right, for an earthquake, it's so peaceful. Right, for anything, it's really peaceful. It's like,
Right.
everything
Tsunami.
comes to a stop. So God's like, stops the ride. It's like, yeah, even when you're like a car accident, like it speed slows up. Time space will speed up, slow down. It's interesting. So we do have some, 2026 has, some geological events. I don't know, man. It's hard to predict for us. We have to sit back and like talk in concepts because like we don't know. Like we're reinventing all the colors. Everything's being reinvented. It's like you guys have no idea the upgrade we're about to go through. And again, so it brings us to today. Like, we're in Sagittarius, so we're talking about belief. All right. So a lot of beliefs you have is because they make you feel good. Well, it makes you feel good to say you're a Christian. It makes you feel good, say you're a Democrat. It makes you feel good. But you guys, there's other things that make you feel good. And tying your feelings to a belief is, can only be when it's amazing. It's like, yeah, you believed it was fun to jump off the rocks, 500 feet when you were a kid. You don't once you're a mother. You don't think it's cool. Now you're risking life. It's like feelings change. What may be good for one time is not good for another. But the problem is you're just afraid of change. You're honestly just wimps afraid of change. You're wimps. Wimps won't go on the ride. You're wimps. And I'm going to call you wimps because, the word wimp is not going to mean anything in the next world. I'm going to get this meaning out now. It's like, this next world, we don't have wimps, we don't have anything. I mean, you guys just, where we're headed is just so incredible. You can't understand. You cannot imagine. You cannot imagine. You cannot imagine. That's why everyone's in hell, because you cannot imagine. You cannot imagine it. So you're not seeing it and you don't see it. But we see it. I see it. The thought leaders see it. We know it. And we were hesitant. I'd say this year, we were reluctant to say we saw it. And then by the end of the year, we're like, yep. Yep, it's coming. And my friends that I trust the most all say the same. We scan the future. Oh, it's more than perfect. There's not a word for it, honestly. And that's like so funny because it's like, that's what the dark doesn't want you to know. That
And
no
that's
matter what
coming
happens,
quickly.
they're just milking us because no matter what happens, it's happening. Now, humans cannot fuck it up. It's built in the ride. You're not going to change it. You had
Hmm.
organized a long time ago to stop it. Actually, the dark did organize a long time ago, and they failed and failed and failed because they're losers.
We got
Losers.
to,
Dumb losers.
the question is in this lifetime.
Yes. Ask your heart that question. See what answer you get. Heart, see me this lifetime? Yes. You'll say yes right away. Is it because you just want it? Well, yes. But it's like, is it because it happened already? Yes. Ask your heart. Your heart knows the truth because it wrote the script. So your heart is your higher self. So it's like your heart's your inner child. It's a part of you that like what your heart wishes for is what it's supposed to be. You're just an amateur. If you can't do it, you're just an amateur. You're brand new, obviously. Magic is, real. It's not even magic. It's interaction with this simulated environment. Which is what every TV movie is trying to tell you. I don't know if they know they're telling you that, but that's what they're telling you. Like their ideas are coming from the same people, the ones who made the ride.
Right.
So it's like so it doesn't matter what they make. It's like, but the dark's been controlling Hollywood. But creation is controlled by heaven. So the energy you use is ours. So you're fucked. You can't not be a god. You can't be a source of energy and then go against the source of energy, you dipshit, you're gonna get tired.
We're
Your
getting a
thoughts completely
question
bypass easy.
about we're getting a question about what your thoughts are on climate change and carbon emissions and how does that fit into what you're saying about the future.
I believe that if we got every person on the earth to think the same thought at the same time, like environment clean, it would just clean itself. This is going to clean itself, and we all tell at the same time to clean itself. Why do you think we have different channels saying different things? They don't want us thinking the same. Because if we do think, ironically, they want us thinking the same, which is the wrong thing. They want us all thinking about the wrong thing. That way they can hijack the ride and take it the direction they want. The truth is, if we all said, Mother Earth, please clean, she would. And she'd be done with it like that because it's all a simulation. It's not fucking real. So quit acting like it's real when it's not. It's not real. Even science will tell you that. You're not looking at this light. It's
Right.
fucking waves going in here, and like your brain's registering the waves. Your brain's drawing all this. This isn't real.
Yeah.
Your brain's drawing all this in the back of your head right now. You're watching the back of your head. You're not even looking forward. Seriously.
Seriously.
I
Yeah.
mean, what do we need is evidence. It's all there. It's very human garage stuff. I know Gary would get a kick out of this. It's true though. So, I mean, that paradigm. I don't know when that paradigm shift is going to happen. I don't know. People, I think that's the biggest thing. It's like, I think it's going to happen when the aliens come, which is next year or the year after. They're real close.
That'll give us permission for all that. It's like a higher entity will give us a secret that will give us
No,
permission to listen.
the secret is we asked your government 50 years ago to cure cancer. We gave them the cure. Why are you still sick?
Right.
That's what they're going to say. Like, we've helped you guys. Your people, you need to know your leaders.
Over and over and over again.
Your leaders do not let us. We've been trying. Like, fuck. You make us a bad guy in every one of your films. Like, what the fuck, Earth? You're disrespectful, man. We fucking helped you out. We raised you. We gave you the family model. We did all this shit for you in technology. And this is the thanks we get? They won't be that way, though, because that's human. They'll be like, we knew it would take this long. I mean, when I talked to the Palladians, it was like, yep, 50 years is up. We told Eisenhower 50 years. Like I'm talking Chris talk. I'm paraphrasing. She has a way of speaking, and it's recorded. So one day we can listen. But they're basically like, yep, the time is up. Like, we now have permission from everyone else to intervene because you guys did nothing. And apparently, with nuclear power, they already did that. They already said because nuclear bombs create holes in their world, they had permission to come disarm all the bombs from the galactic, everyone else, because it's a pure democracy out there in space, like pure. And so even the bad guys, vote and they do show up and like, you know, no one talks to them, but at the end of the day, like, they're still very civil. There's a civil run because it's way advanced. You understand? Like, they already know it's like if you're not civil, you don't have power. If you're not civil to each other, you don't have no power. Like, you don't have no power. Everyone knows it. The bad guys know, like, if we're not civil, they'll have no power. Everyone knows if you're not civil, there'll be no power. So it's like, why the fuck would any of them vote for no power? They don't. They get it. They understand. Like, it's a basic duh. To us, like, we're like, it's like, to them, it's a basic duh. That's what we look at it like, whew, we're in diapers as far as they're concerned. We're in diapers. We are. We can't even handle when we cry. Ah, that's where we're at. That's where we are. Humans are teenagers that need to grow up. And we all need to grow up, and we're all teenagers, and we're all guilty. Here's the good news: we're actually running the ride. So good news: you're actually running the ride, so you have nothing to worry about. Bad news: you're holding up the fucking ride. You're holding up the ride because you're crying about how the roller coaster is gonna feel, and the rest of us are stuck in this fucking line, right? Because you're afraid. Because you're afraid of the feelings.
Yeah. Okay, so we got
I love that. You just transitioned perfectly. Yes, Mr. Wittek. You're
yeah, Mr. Witeck, let's get on to like a day-to-day thing.
okay.
You're definitely like I could go deeper on the Pluto thing, I could go deeper on what you're just talking about.
Yeah,
I can go deeper on the alien thing, I can go deeper on a lot of things that
I
you're
like it.
bringing up.
Yeah.
Um, but when we think about this week, what's happening that maybe we haven't talked about this week?
Well, a lot's happening. You know, first of all, we're in Sagittarius, so again, like, you need to know that this is about what you believe, and what this is and now we're past what you believe. Now we're on the coast of, okay, you believe this, but you're not living it. That's where we're
We're
at.
past that, you said?
No, no, we're there. We're like,
Okay.
okay, so you believe this, huh?
Because it doesn't feel like I'm past that. Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, no one is. That's where they're at. So where people
Yeah.
are is like,
Okay.
okay, so you believe this, huh? Well, why the fuck are you in this?
Right.
because this don't look like you believe it. And so it is that people are realizing, oh, and here's the thing, it's the same problem. Why are you not following what you believe? Because I'll feel bad if people don't like me. I'm gonna
So
feel
that's
bad if people don't like me. If people don't like me, I'm gonna feel bad. So I'll just be, oh, fine, I'll join Hitler. You know, like, hey, sounds good. I'm afraid of feeling bad when the Germans give me a dirty look. We're all afraid of Germans giving a dirty look. They're the meanest people on the planet. You know, like they always been the Germanics. You know, like so. What do we? Duh. You know, like why do we feel bad? Because they get behind closed doors. They cry like babies. You know, the truth of the matter is like we all have issues with the feelings. That's what it comes down to. So anywhere you're stuck, I'm telling you, it's because you don't know how to get past the feeling. That's it. That's what it is. It's that. It's not even logic. It's not even logic, which is why arrogant people do well because they don't like let themselves feel at all. You know, so it's like they're like, no, I'm not gonna feel that. Well, that'll turn into cancer and kill you. So you can't ignore your feelings or get sick and die. So there's a time bomb on it. Go ahead and drink for the rest of your life. But the point is, this is the week where you go, all right, I'm not living what I believe it should be. Is it what it should be? Is life what it should be? Just ask yourself that. Is life what it should be? Yeah, we live in a fair world. We live in a simulation. You're an amateur. If you can't make it work, you're an amateur. And it's time to like kind of like change the class now. Amateurs, by the way, everyone's an amateur. So I'm an amateur, even though I know how it works. I got the map to the ride, but doesn't mean I know how to fucking use it. Like I'm just as fucked up, and you know, like what's this happen? I'm very poorly coordinated. So you know, my ride looks bumpy. They're like, he's a leader. Like, never flown a spaceship. It's crazy. You know, it's like it's a little crazy. Fuck, get off my case, man. But like, so, but it comes down to everywhere. It's like because what you believe is what your heart feels. So if your heart feels bad, then you're not going to believe. If you're not going to believe, the matrix will not take your program. You have to, your heart, God's one thing is like, does his heart feel it? Okay, then okay. If your heart feels it, then you can get on the ride. If your heart doesn't feel it, nope, sorry. We don't want people like you ruining the ride for others. So the only way you get to a dimensional shift is you have to feel it. So if you are still upset about your first husband or whatever, you continue to like play on a broken record of emotion because it's the only high you get is thinking about how things are bad to you. Like a lot of people who are addicted on bad feelings. Like, I feel bad at this, I feel bad at that. It's like, whew, you're an emotion, you know, that is a hormone junkie right there. It's like, get off that sauce. What sauce? Your hormones. Jesus.
yeah.
How many times to play old Uncle Sam? Like, you know, when you mourn like over and over needlessly, you play this old record that like there's nothing to learn from. You've digested all the information. Then you're just fucking yourself because it's like, first of all, there's better. You know, you're just a pussy on the cool rides, is what it is. So you're not, I don't care about I don't care how you're wallowing. You know the answer, and you're not doing it. No time for you. I'm getting on the ride. Bye. I mean, I think that's what we have to do with our fellow citizens. Like, I love you, but simulation, so I'll see you in heaven, right? Bye. Like, we have to realize, like, this means nothing, and I'll see you there, whatever. And you're like, you're going to regret this. No, I won't. Or you get off the ride and be like, see, told you. That's what's going to happen, brother, or that, whatever. You know, like, when people are like, you're going to regret this. No, I won't, I'm sure, because I know the ride better than you do. Like, and some people don't. So at the end of the day, you have to feel better. That's what's holding you from living your feelings. You don't follow your beliefs because you're afraid of how you feel. If they don't like you, guess what? We're not supposed to like each other. We like each other in heaven. That's fucking boring. It's fun to come down here and hate each other for a while. That's fun. You understand how fun that is?
Right.
It
Like
is.
a
Like you just
game.
don't get it in the game that we're playing. So it's like, you know, what happened is that basically the dark has hijacked us by making us feel bad and not telling us that we can make ourselves feel better. And so we keep feeling bad. And part of the reason we keep feeling bad is because it's the only thing interesting to feel because there's nothing else to feel. That's because you're not creating it, so there's nothing to feel. If you don't create, there's nothing to feel. You're the creator, you have to create. So if you don't use the ride, well, we can't. If you get Photoshop, you just leave it there with a blank slate. Well, then fuck, I don't know what to tell you. You know, it's in you. Everyone has imagination, everyone. So it doesn't matter that you do something that's been done before, by the way, that quit knocking each other for that stuff. You're gonna you know, Picasso copied until he figured it out. Everyone copies. Everyone's a copy of God, so shut up. We all copy God, so shut up. You're allowed to copy. You copy until you have to copy until you come up with something new. If you don't know what's been done, you won't know what's something new to do. So like we have a lot of stupid shame stuff. It's just like shut up, right?
Yeah. The last few weeks you've been bringing up a lot of like do what your feelings are guiding you towards. And then there's always this like kind of like a caveat where you say you must ignore what others say. So what about now has to do with other people potentially looking down on us? Because that's consistently coming up.
Well, like it's happening right here in the comments. Kanopako Monaco. I don't know if that's something effective like, that's where you're wrong, Chris. In heaven, it's interesting. Well, then go back. Leave the ride.
Wait, why are you here?
Why are you here then? First of all, you're wasting our time because you can be right without me saying, yes, you're right. So the fact that you think getting my endorsement is wrong. See, this is the games we play. I don't feel bad that you wrote that. I'm like, I'm just a teacher now. I'm going to help dissect stuff, I know how it is. And I felt guilty. It's like when I stopped letting things get to me, I felt guilty about it. I'm a narcissist. I should be upset about that. Wait, I should be upset. If you should all over yourself, you constantly say should. That's you listening to someone else's belief. Wait, I should feel bad about that? Why, motherfucker did this to me? But they don't know. They have less privileges. They have less privileges because they did a shitty job in the game last time, and they keep doing a shitty job, so they never score points, and so they never get free shit. So they suck at the game. And they're calling me, I have no game. I don't know, I can do some magic. Let's see what you do. And I'm at that now. I think we just need to cheerfully, egg each other on to do better. I think, competitive spirit is good. You're really competing with yourself every day. First of all, don't think you're competing with anyone else because you're going to wake up from that dream and you realize you're the only one dreaming. We weren't there. We're asleep all around you in the in the tent, in the beds up in heaven. Everyone's like in a bed asleep right now in this fucking dream. So when you wake up, you realize it was all you. We were nothing to have. It was your mind coming up with what we would say. Quantum fuck, wow. You were not saying the same thing to me that you were saying to someone else right now. They're hearing from you a whole different script. They're not even hearing the same script. We're not even talking about the same thing. Really, not really. Not what it means to them, what it means to them. So it's like you watch a movie, you only see like the symbol of the breast and then this and that. The symbols you see are you writing the film. When you choose to look at this and look at that, your choice of what you look at is you writing the film. So everyone sees something different. Everyone's in a different film. The idea that you can convince anyone of anything else is just a waste of time because you're screaming at your own actor that's speaking the script that you wrote them. You know what I mean? It's like, what? Why are we fucked? We should be like, dude, how's your game? Like, that's how the world needs to be. Like, how's your game? Mine's good. Fuck, I can't get past this one thing. This boss keeps killing me. Like whatever. So we're in the week where this all is relevant to now because right now it's like you have a choice and the choice is who's going to graduate first. Because, we're not going to all graduate at once. It's going to be in waves. Some people will be the very last ones to graduate. Some people won't graduate. They'll die and they'll be reborn once it's all changed. So not even everyone makes it. So, that's why the people dying in that big wave of COVID, that was elective. Honestly, anyone who left asked to. So let's quit feeling bad about that. That's stupid. They want us to feel bad. That's stupid. If someone leaves, they told the game, like, pull me out. This here, pull me out. This is arranged. Nothing is not arranged. Nothing. Guys, nothing is not arranged. So it's like, that's so tragic. No, that's creative, actually. You need a double spin of the car. It flipped over.
Creative.
Your head rolled down the street. What happened? No. Like, fuck, who wrote that scene? That was amazing. Like, at the end of the day, it's gruesome or whatever it is. It's brilliant, creative energy, being creative. Like, if you're a game, when you have, like, your death, like, some people are like, yeah, man, I want to fucking die. Like, they want that. It's cool. Like, it's cool to them. It's like, okay. I personally don't want to. You don't feel any of it. Whenever you go into a thing like a plane crash or whatever, they pull you out. You're not allowed to feel that. So you don't even feel even the hard stuff like that. Everyone will tell you they go numb, they didn't feel a thing. Everyone will tell you. They lost consciousness. Yeah.
I mean, even just minor things like a car accident or a fight. If you've ever been in an actual fight, I used to fight all the time. I played hockey.
Wow.
And then just like you don't actually feel when you're being hit. Like you just kind of like, there's not really pain in those moments.
No, there's not. And they're like, signs like, that's because your body squirts out. Quit telling me how the suit works in the game. I don't care. Okay, so shut up. I don't care how it works. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care how it works. Like, just make it work. That's my attitude. Gary, Gary's great because Gary's like, wait. Guys, we own the manual of this. Why are you letting some other garage fix you when you've got the human garage? Like, why? And I mean, yourself, his message is like, you have all the tools. Like, you have it. Like, that's why I love Gary so much. We're on the same page.
What about chronic pain or people getting tortured or the questions that are coming in now?
My question is, why do you keep writing torture scenes in your film? What's it teaching you, or is it not teaching you? Because if you're still in pain, you obviously didn't learn the message you're trying to send yourself. Trying to send yourself a message from heaven to the body down. We have these, in a way, it's really weird. So it's a game, but like you put some of your own energy into it. So like you're tied to the game and you're hijacked to the, you're handcuffed to the game. You have to complete the game to leave. That's what reincarnation is. So you're gonna keep until you pass. We're not letting you out. Okay, so you're fucked in that sense. The other way where you're fucked is the resolution between the top and the bottom is so low that your higher self's like, what? Why are you going in there? What are you doing? Oh God! Like, so like your higher self is watching you, your stupid self, like fuck it up over and over again.
Right.
And so what happens a lot of times, like people like fatal car crash, crashed into the wall. It's like they're like, pull me out, fuck it, start over. It just is a reset the game. You got out, and we're like, oh, I did. It's like no, they were just pulled out of the game. Come on, like we need to grow up. Stop being, you're a little too convinced of the game. Is the problem, and that's because the people who are here did a really good job. I mean, the mind games that we have on ourselves are like alien, brilliant shit. Like it's all brilliant manipulation. We should know that we have been manipulated by some asshole. Well, they're assholes, but they're brilliant assholes. And so, our minds are very young, and so we haven't, we don't realize just how brilliant of Catholicism is. That's a fucking brilliant mind game. Like fuck. Like brilliant moves on us. Alcohol, brilliant. Like so just some brilliant fucking, what was it? Shame is brilliant. Fucking shame. Shame is like a negative program in the game. Like, fuck, man. It's just fucks people up forever. But you never get out of shame. It's like it's your game. But once you're down that path where you're just like addicted to the feeling of the machine all the time, that's what it is. You're addicted to the feeling. You're addicted to the bad feelings. And you're addicted. You can't get enough of it. You until you find something better. You need a better drug. As Huey Lewis would say, right? So this week, okay, is about, okay, you need to decide, what is it? This week you say, okay, what is it? What do you believe? What do you believe? Because the game's got to move on. Sorry. And so we're moving on. The game will be, 5 minutes to, so this is countdown, by the way. The launch of the new version is Aries, April. I think April 1st. I have to look. I mean, we'll see in the countdown. It's right near April 1st. The new game begins. So some people didn't realize the game changed. It'll take them 5 years. I think the game's changed. Where you fucking been? There's some people are like, yeah. And there's those of us who are going to deliberately take control because we can. We're just going to put our hands on the steering wheel. For me, I've been reluctant to put my hands on the steering wheel because I thought I was bad about relationships. Turns out I'm only bad about relating to myself because it's all me anyways.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, you cheat on yourself. You rob yourself. Oh. So I'm always waking up too, oh, what the fuck? Trip it with me is do you realize that, I just come out one more trip over another bit because we're so convinced of this reality. We're so convinced it's a momentum. It's just such a brilliant reality game. It's fuck, you're completely convinced it's real, which is what it was designed to do. So it's you just don't realize you control it. And there's ways to do it. But emotion's it. So long story short, you got to decide, okay, which way are we going? Which way? Now, when we say which way, is it what your heart believes? Or is it what you want everyone to think you believe? Which it will be. Can't lie to yourself, And it's will I get another chance? Nope. I mean, once you start walking down the wrong path, you got to walk all the way back, turn around, and go all the way. So you'll be 65 before you realize, you just fucked up this game. You better choose right now. And you know what? Here's the thing. Everyone knows the truth. Don't act like you don't. You do. Your heart knows exactly how you feel. You're trying to control the game by manipulating the game like you're some hacker. That's what people do. We try to hack the game. Well, if I don't tell him and I do this, you're hacking the game. You have control. Why would you hack your own game? You know what I mean? They're hacking it. They're trying to play games, playing games I'll just convince him that da-da-da. It's just what are you doing? Just be yourself and say what you want. Stop it. Just be who you are, what you want. It's very scary, but that's the beginning of the age of Aquarius. Be who you are and what you want. Be that. If you be that, you will win it. So what you be is what comes. What you be is what comes. So you just have to be it. Everyone's afraid of how they're going to feel when everyone looks at them at the cafeteria table. That's actually why you won't do it because you're afraid of how you're going to feel when they all look at you. That's actually why you're not changing your life. That's it. I pulled it down. I've got it down. I got it down to it's that motherfucker.
But hold on, because you're bringing it up again several times. Why is it about our fear of what other people think about us? Like what about now is that why is that the boss
Because
that we're overcoming now?
you're under the false belief that outside of you is real. Outside of you is you. There is no real.
All
There's
right.
only you.
So that's
There's
why you
only
say
you.
we can't take that belief into the next reality because in the next reality that's just we're aware that that's not a thing.
Everyone's
So
aware. In Atlantis, they put out a note. We all need to get rain tonight. So if you just go to bed, calling for rain, we'd appreciate it. That's what it was. And you're like, oh yeah, rain, rain, come. And some others like, ooh, she just does what you want. You can't believe it. You cannot believe it. You look, your current minds will not believe the way it is. I like sounding mysterious, but I mean, it's just like when you start to open up the box, you're like, it's just like, you just can't, you're just a little overwhelmed with how much power you have. And it's not even power over others because it's not others. There's no such thing as others. These are all actors your brain is drawing in the film. So quit saying there's others. If you have a dream tonight, which is simulation of the dream to teach you how to play the dream, by the way. So you're kind of like in between worlds. Like we can network behind the game in dreamland, but we're not awake in heaven, but we're not awake in reality. So we're like between the game and the gamer. And so in that world, we can talk to each other, hang out, have conversations. But what we learn there cannot come in this realm. Like there's rules. So that's why you don't remember your dreams, like all this stuff, because you're like learning about how to play the game. Like, so we actually conference in our dreams. And that's why we sleep half the fucking night, because we don't know. We're that idiotic. We need a lot of practice. We need a lot of talk. Our body needs a lot of rest, all this other stuff. Like, it's all just how the game works right now in this version, But I'm not sure why I brought it up. But at the end of the day, in your dreams, that, anything you dream about, well, clearly that was you drawing their mind, like drawing them as a picture, right? Like, no one else did that. They weren't there. You're not in bed with you. So, it was you that made all that dream, right? So why would this be any
mhm,
different? This is the same
right.
thing. You're actually I'm making you, you're making me. Well, if you're making me a lot hotter than I really am, like I hope, but look, we'll see. I'll see your game. So when we die, all we do is review each other's games. So anything you did, we'll all see it. Anything. It's a Akashic record, like the biggest hard drive in the universe. So it's recording every thought, every thought, every feeling is recorded. Every thought is recorded. So it's like you can review everything. And so we like basically go to workshops in heaven, and we sit around like what seem to be tables, but it's whatever you imagine it to be because what you imagine it is. And so we just sit there, watch each other's lives, and we comment, and we're like, huh, fascinating. Fascinating that last scene there, Ra, where you turned to her and said, da da da. That was interesting. Why'd you choose that? Like, and we just sit there, we talk about why we chose it, and that's it. That's
Yeah,
consciousness.
that's the
That's
point.
what we are.
All right. So I mean, you've said it several times about the focus of this week
It's okay.
is
So just even some headlines like Wednesday, Neptune goes direct. So Wednesday's when God's like starts. So we've been on hold. We've been in review time. The game has been on intermission, and now it is going to go forward on 4:23 a.m. Wednesday, December 10th, East Coast time. At that point, the story moves on. So it's like the story starts. So basically, what you believe at 4:23 a.m. is the starting point of what you're going to build now. And so I think people be like really wavy, walk up. So there's a fork, and there has to be a fork because it's like stay on the game, stay in this game, go to the next game. Those are two. That's it. Basically, it's like which one you want. From right here, there's another game. So if you want to keep playing this one, you can. So you can for another century, where the dark takes over and they win because you're giving them your access to the game. So you will lose. Right. Period. And we've all lost games. I've lost planets. It's sad. I don't like that game. But like I'm done with it. But there's people who haven't done it. So if I had gone on Pirates of the Caribbean, I have to go too. I'd have to see it. If I gotta see that Disney attraction, I gotta see It's a Small World. Like your soul wants to see it, so don't feel bad about it. When you do choose, you're like, oh fuck, I chose the bad game, didn't I? Fuck, that's right, I remember now. Like you'll remember that you chose the bad game, and the bad game's interesting because being the bad guy or being the loser, all that stuff, it's interesting. It's really interesting, fun, like departure. Usually people are the bad guy after they've been the good guy for a long time, and they want to switch it up. So even bad guys are like, I know what you're doing. Like let's not get afraid anymore. It's like you're just playing the bad guy. And so
hmm
in that case, it's like, yeah, you're in the arena and you're playing it. So it's role playing. It's like you're role playing. You're pretending to be this person. You're pretending to be that person. And so you are on stage, like knowing if you've ever been like a theater drama, like as a kid, like drama club, It's like, that's your friend, playing that role, but you're not, he's not your friend. It's like, it's a weird, like, weird departure. That's how it really is. Like, we know he's not my enemy. He's my drinking buddies in heaven, but I asked him to play the enemy because I know he'd be a good one. So, like, even the bad guys that we choose in our life, we chose the best ones. The best. Like, the guy, you'll play a motherfucker like no one else. I know. I'm so talented at it. Like, there's people that are just good at it, you know? And there are people who, there's layers of games. Like, honestly, I'm giving you guys a level that's like even higher than a lot of people understand. Because, like, the people who are playing the bad guys, they got lost. They forgot they're in a game. They actually forgot they're in a game. So a lot of them have forgotten. That's why they're like taking over your resources and like that's why they're like hoarding because they forgot they're in a game. And that's because if you stay out of the creative seat too long, you forget, you get swept up. So they're drunk. They're like drunk in this game, and I don't know. They even reincarnate avoiding heaven, so they don't ever get updates. You don't have to go to heaven. You don't have to process. You can avoid the light. There's a way to get a body and get back in, and you can live eternity, never going back to light, never knowing where actually creation is. You just are caught in this game forever. Like it's kind of like that one movie with what's his face. It was like going to dreams. Uh,
Inception?
yes, like in a way,
Oh yeah,
that's
they get caught at a level.
they get caught in a level. Dark people get to caught in a level in deception. That's what it is. Yeah. And they're caught. They really are caught. So they are dangerous because they're playing with different odds and stakes, and like they are dangerous to like the people in the game because they don't even realize they're in the fucking game. Like that's how dangerous they are.
There's also a famous psychological study, I think it's Milgram, the prison experiment, where they make people, they're just volunteer study participants, but some people get assigned as a prisoner and some people get assigned as a prison guard. And like within a very short amount of time, like within 48 hours, like everyone just kind of forgets that they're in an experiment and they really like take on their role to a degree that's shocking.
Yeah.
Um, and it's actually so, it had such severe like trauma that it's not allowed to be like re-experimented. Like we can't redo that test because it really just messed with people's psyches.
Well, I mean, I first of all, I think those people are remembering times where they were guards and they were that. So I think they were recalling a past game, and I think they did it to recall past game because it'd be fun. And maybe it's because that opens up the past, and that's how they process the karma.
Hmm.
But you're a role, dude. Like in heaven, you're really boring. So like here, you're really. I'm kidding, but you're really cool. I mean, the point is like we're not even the same who we are here. Like we're playing a role. Like my personality, everything I chose. I know exactly where I chose my lifetimes from too. I got like my wizard from Atlantis. I got my personality from King, being king. Like this is my king personality, which is why people remember me. Because I was a good king. So people, talked about me and stuff, and I had a good. So I'm like playing into like my best, most popular lifetime with my like most genius lifetime. Like I can see like how I put it all together to make this character Christopher Witeck, which I like. He's cool. I like him. It's pretty good. Like I'm pretty happy with him. Like he's an avatar I'm building. It's like at the end of the day, that's what it is. We're building these avatars, and and they're versions of us. And it's like it's God seeing Himself in the mirror. It's what we are. So God created Himself in a billion of us, and then now we're all looking at ourselves. It's just God looking at God, looking at God, looking at God, looking at God. The hollow mirrors goes on forever. Is really what consciousness is, from what I understand. From what I understand, I mean, I could be. As soon as I find out more, y'all, I'll let you know. Like I'm always like, what? Like every time I think I can figure it out, like that, I was like, but you did that. There's always like there's always a like what? Like there's always which is what's cool about God is like fuck. It's never ending mind fucks. It's like what? Angels, everyone, we're all like constantly. It's just like, whoa. Like I think
Hmm.
God gets off of that feeling. Yeah, it's crazy.
Why we're
So
here.
follow what you believe. Here's what I recommend. I recommend first of all, join our class. Mastering self love because we'll teach you how to play the game. We'll teach you how to play. We'll teach you how to play really well. You'll play well and you'll do well in April. If you can't do that, well, then invest in yourself to get to know yourself as a player and take a different approach. But this week, fuck it. Fuck it. I say, you say today, okay, I'm going to live by my belief. Well, it's not until Capricorn you actually have to sign any paperwork. Basically, you can test drive the dream until Capricorn, and then you can go, fuck, that's a stupid idea. And you can back out. You can. And Capricorn was like, oh, good idea. Because everyone's being responsible in Capricorn. So I would choose the scary one right now. I would choose it till Capricorn at least. Give yourself like, a month to like try it on, see if you like it. That's what I would do. That's my advice.
So
Try it
go
on, fuck
for
it.
it.
Just fucking go for it till Capricorn. Tell yourself, on this day in Capricorn, which I'll give you next time I'm on. I'll say this is the day it's going to be. Maybe I can do it right now. I can't. This have step numbers in it. But I'll say, okay, this is the time you have to decide by, and you'll see your life will tell you that. You know, your life will tell you like she's going to leave you. You know, like you'll see like the consequences by Capricorn of choosing that life. And at that point, I'll coach you. It's like ambulance going by right now in my dream.
Yeah, we could still hear you. All right. So
Yeah.
go for the scary one.
Well, I mean, probably scary. I mean, scary in a good way. Scary like roller coaster, not scary like, rah. You know, like you're not meant to fight anything. If you're fighting something, amateur. It's an amateur move. Fighting something, oh, you're an amateur. You shouldn't fight. Like, it's not necessary. It's like 2 million unnecessary. All these painful paths, they're all dark, like taxing you, taking your energy, stealing your shit. It's all fucking. I mean, the whole fucking world's a scam. The entire world's a scam. Everywhere. I don't see any legit. Like you and I are very legit. There's some legit people out there. Like, I'll give you this for this. Okay, thank you. Good doing business with you. But most are a fucking scam, and it's like they're all just living off other people. So I mean, so basically, you know, you got don't fight the bad guys and that stuff. What your heart really wants, like, be honest with yourself. Like, be honest with yourself. Like, whatever it is, like, if you love robbing banks, that's what you love.
Yeah, do it.
That's what you love. That's what you love. If you love it, like, oh my God, I lost time and space. I felt so magical. Fuck. Yeah, it's a twisted life you've chosen, but you have to live it.
Hmm. It's
For
the
some people,
character in the rest of our games too.
you'll
It's
still regret if you
necessary.
get up. If you get up there and you wake up and you didn't do it. Oh man, you're gonna be mad at yourself. Ah, when you realize it was only a game and you were so convinced by the game, you fucked it up. Oh, you don't get many chances.
All right, so the invitation is for us to commit to that in this next week, and we'll
Just follow.
reconvene next week.
You don't have to commit. I'm just saying we're gonna date. Like, if your heart believes that you're supposed to be a Pied Piper that shits out horns, start figuring out how to put a horn up your ass. Like, you need to like, start doing it. Like, start doing it. Like, start doing it. See how it feels. Because a lot of times what we imagined, it doesn't feel the way we imagined. So a lot of
Right,
times so sometimes you're like, I think, okay, so this, and you try, you're like, that was horrible. Like, because it's your imagination. Once you try, you're like, fuck. Yeah. So sometimes it's like what you believe is wrong because you're not really good at predicting what you're gonna like.
right.
You're predicting like what makes sense, what seems cool. That's all the mind. If it doesn't feel good, fuck it. You know, like a lot of race cars. I get a lot of sports cars. I get in the car, I'm like, this feels like shit. I feel like I'm like driving a tin can, but it goes 150 in 2 seconds. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. This feels. Where's my cup go? Like, I don't like it. Like, it doesn't like the way it feels. I don't care what it can do. It doesn't feel good. So if it doesn't feel good, then why? You know, just go with what feels good. Now, also, don't be lazy. Don't be afraid of feeling work or feeling sweat coming down your cheek. God, you're gonna stop a whole lifetime and love your life because you're afraid of sweating? Really?
Hmm. We're
When people
getting
do that.
dirty.
So this week, follow what you believe. See what happens. We'll coach you every week on Mondays, you know, as best we can. Mr. Ron and I. And then, yeah, it's going to be an exciting year. Honestly, I want to change our show into like being sportscasters. Like we're next to each other like this. Or like, yeah, well, that last scene with Trump, that was quite a move. You know, in the game, no. What do you think about that? Oh, that excellent move. Brilliant move with color. Like the use of the, the foul language of the script was brilliant. Like, you know, like that's really what it is. We should all be coming at each other
Yeah.
like, wow.
Well, yeah. It's the new version of the news.
Yeah.
The
The
new
3D.
news.
Yeah, the third eyewitness news that we call it. Third eyewitness news at 4 o'clock. Third
Nice.
eyewitness. Yeah. So always
Yeah.
a pleasure. And yeah, I'll see you next week. And SeriousJoy.com and SeriousJoy.academy.
Right.
We'll fast feed you and upload your new game, help you get into it.
All right. We'll see you guys there.
Thanks, brother.
Bye,
Love you
everyone.
guys. Ciao for now.
Bye bye.